Yo, what is up, guys? It's Sungod here, and we are playing against a Karthus, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do against a Karthus in order to screw him over. He actually took Exhaust against me, which is a really huge mistake, because Exhaust doesn't actually work that much against Kindred because I'm ranged and I can kite him. So here, I'm going to do my red, and I'm going to do my Raptors, and I'm going to immediately invade the Karthus straight from the bat at the start. The reason for that being is because Karthus is going to go for a full clear, and instead of going for red, I'm going to start the Krugs here. Why the Krugs? Because it gives me level 3. You see how I'm cutting top left? It's because I don't want to provide a vision on myself, and now he is starting red. We all know how fast Karthus clears, but this gives me the ability to go for 3 kills and to then screw the Karthus over. And you can see here, I'm going to jump over, smite, and I'm gonna kill the Karthus here, dodge the Qs, of course. He hits one, and he hits another one, but hey, we got it in the bag. And you can see, like, I get hit by another Q here. So, with this technique, you can basically invade, like, full clear junglers, especially on Kindred, because you can jump over walls and get your level 3, get the red buff as well, and start snowballing from there on out. So now, all my camps are free. The scuttle is free, and I know Karthus is gonna go bot because he thinks I'm already on the scuttle here. And you can see how big of a mistake like Exhaust is, right? If he had flash, he could potentially like get away from me. Yoni pushed the lane all the way to the turrets, and now he's trying to invade me, but I don't care because I know how much damage Yoni does early on, so I'm just gonna do a Gromp and go for it back, but he tries to still go for me here, which is of course a huge mistake, because if I get close enough, which I do, I'm gonna slow him and then finish him off. Mordekaiser flashes, and thank you for the kill. So we start like 2-0 straight from the bat, and you can just tell like the team comp. He took Lulu mid for me because he saw me play Kindred. He got solo killed by the Kiana, which is fairly interesting. I go immediately for the Raptors here because I know, again, that Karthus started on bot side and is going to clear towards top side. Interestingly enough, though, Karthus does show up because he wanted to go for a reverse throw clear, but I'm not going to allow him this. And I'm not going to fight here. All I want to do is go for... Here, I pretty much know that the Pixel Bush is warded, so I'm just going to wait here and wait for the Yone to show, to come over, but we ended up not getting anything for it. I was just waiting for the grubs to spawn, and Karthus doesn't even get like a single grub. I'm gonna be level 6 fairly soon, so there's already like a huge lead. Everywhere Karthus wants to be. He wants to like really get something for the value of his money, but he's not gonna get anything. This is really how you play against full clear junglers, guys, especially on Kindra, especially like on Nidalee, all these kind of champions that can go through walls very efficiently. And look, every time he tries to make a play happen, it's just not gonna work, buddy. He tries really hard to get like some Dark Harvest stacks and start snowballing from here on out, but of course, it's just not gonna do anything for him. And Lulu does knock the Kiana up and tries to go for Kiana tries to go for the kill, but then again, I'm just gonna finish the Kiana off and restart the game like really strong here with 4 kills already, Kraken Slayer in the bank, and we can genuinely just completely take over the game here. We have a Karma, we have a Lulu, we have massive amounts of shielding as well as damage surplus, right, with a Lulu's W and E. So yeah, it's gonna be great. And now I wanted to go for the invade here, but Yone is actually covering for the Karthus, so I have no choice but to back away. I'm gonna kite the red buff here because I want to make the Karthus lose time, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did in the early game, which is go for the Krugs and jump over, telling my team that I want to make a play happen here. And you can see Karthus did the red buff, so hey, he finally got something, but it's just not gonna stop here. And again, we're gonna go for the bot side here because we do want to play for Drake. This is the next objective to play for. We have a Karma for the peeling, so we can safely do it. Karthus tries to go for the Drake, but every time he tries to do something, I am always there. It's really, really unplayable for him. This is really how you play Kindred, guys. Like, you always want to put pressure on the enemy jungler, like, whenever you can, so that he cannot play the game. And you can see that he genuinely can't. We got all the grubs, we got the Drake, we killed him 4 times now, and every single time he tries to go for either his bot or top side, we're always here to answer. And when we have nothing, that's when we want to do our own camps. You don't want to do your camps like when you do have to do something, right? In this case, it's abusing the Karthus. So now I'm just waiting for the unit to use like his cooldowns, make sure that he doesn't have any Q stacks, wait for him to get as close as possible and Q away so that he's not gonna get like free auto attacks. Obviously I'm gonna use my ult right after I kill the Yone because I don't want him to like survive my ult and potentially outplay me, and Elise ends up killing me anyway. So at this point, you know, we're 6-1, we're really, really good into the game, but this just goes to show like that full clearing jungler doesn't work against like a good jungler. Yeah, you could go ahead and tell me that I'm self-proclaiming myself a good jungler, but it's true. Like if you know like what the enemy jungler wants to do and what his general game plan is going to be, it becomes fairly easily to really abuse the enemy jungler, granted that your team moves. So now, like, there's a question I get a lot, which is, what do I do when my laners refuse to play around me? Like, whenever you want to do, like, an invade or whatnot. Well, you need to put yourself in a situation where you are allowed to make a play by yourself, right? And Elite's damage is completely nuts here. I kind of feel bad for inventing this, I'm not gonna lie. But you saw like when I invaded the Karthus like early on, I was really high HP and I was level 3 and I took the red, so I put myself in a favorable situation where I knew for a fact that Karthus couldn't get away and I could kill him really easily straight from the bat, right? Because if I just drag on the fight for too long, that's when the enemy team can punish me. I almost get the kill on Elise here. It's really sad, but yeah, I definitely think I got a little bit too greedy here. I flash away and the Q connects anyway, so I got pretty sad here, but it is whatever. The game goes on. I'm still really fed. I would say I'm like 8 CS per minute, with almost 2 items at 14 minutes, which is of course amazing. And you're gonna see like a few times this game I end up trolling like a little bit because the Kiana plays really well, but yeah, the Karma just doesn't really stand a chance against at least support plus the Kiana combo. And now we have pretty much prio like all the objectives possible. Like Karthus genuinely can't really come back from this game because we just do way too much damage against him anyway, and Lulu is there to peel for me as well as the Karma. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just a free game. The hard thing about this is if your mid laner picks Lulu and you end up like trolling the game on Kindred, then you really don't have like anything in your team to carry the game. If your ADC doesn't get fed, it becomes super hard to play. But yeah, it's super nice. Like, this was a really fun game because of that reason, right? Now we do want to go for the next objectives, which is Herald. Elise can't really do anything. She is playing well, but it's just super free for us. We can pretty much play for anything. And every time I'm just super scared of the Kiana. For good reasons. I really don't like playing this Kiana because she has so many ways to outplay you, and there isn't a lot of ways to outplay her, right? Especially like if you're on a champion that auto attacks a lot, because she can always use like her invisibility. She can wait it out and she can choose the timing to when to go in. She has CC, she has double CC with the knockback into another stun, and she has self peel. So Kiana is most definitely, like, from my perspective, the super OP champions in the right movements. But thankfully she's not super strong at that right now. Karthus keeps killing himself to like to like get extra Dark Harvest stacks with his passive, which I found pretty funny. So we do end up trolling like a little bit here, and I start realizing like how much I'm actually trolling, because I started with a lead of like 6-1 and now I'm 8-4, but we're still making stuff happen, so we're not far behind at all. See like how the setup here works. Even against 3 people, she's kind of chilling. She ended up using her ulti like a little bit too late, but the Karma plus Lulu shield is just way too much for the enemy team to handle. Especially like when you have challenger players on Lulu and Karma, it becomes really, really nasty work, to be honest. We get a double charge here, and now we do want to play for Drake. Reason why we do this is because then we can trap the enemy jungler and get a free kill, and then go for Drake, because the enemy team is pretty much forced to deal with the wave that's incoming to the turret, and you can use that time to like walk all the way to Drake, set up vision, and then they pretty much have to walk into blind spots, and they're pretty much forced to do so if they wanna play for Drake. So I play really patiently here. I still do the Drake. I wait for them to engage on me, dodge the Yone R, and I immediately ult when Kiana wants to jump in. My team fortunately doesn't clean up. See, that's kind of the problem. If you're not alive, then you don't really have like any damage source with Lulu and Karma. But the good news is that literally nobody can itemize against a Kindred with a Lulu and Karma peeling, because you have way too much damage in your kit against any champion pretty much. So yeah, Israel does hurt, but needless to say, we are way too strong for the enemy team to handle, so we can pretty much force any objectives possible, and we can see like how nasty the damage is. I try to be like a little bit careful here, because I don't want the Kiana to just 100-0 me like in a matter of seconds, melee seconds. So yeah, Karthus ends up using ulti, a really clutch redemption here as well. I really do think my team played that really well though, ain't gonna lie. I do see, like, just looking back at this game, I definitely think that Trinity Force with LDR Collector would have been better this game, because I do need some kind of like durability on my kits. You can see like just how fast I'm getting bursted, even with like Lulu and Karma shield. We still have way too much damage. Now we're level 16 at 24 minutes. Looking to get those sweet 10 CS per minute. Push objectives, kill people, enjoy the life. And now we're really in it. So this is definitely like Kendra's strongest point in the game, where she has a lot of stacks, and she has peelers. You have like a truckload of range. There's really nothing they can do about it. This is why you don't want to go Exhaust and Karthus. I see it so much, and I don't understand it, because even if you're behind with Exhaust Karthus, you can still, you know, like flash in and try to do like some heroic play with your flash E into death into R. So yeah, our little Yechu thing kind of got bursted here. Sorry, bro. I queued into this guy like a lot recently, and he's a really good Kiana player. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something from it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.